I had a 250R, it's the 85. It's got the missile kit on it, single swing arm, single rear wheel. Had a leaky head gasket, so I went ahead and pulled off the head here. Here's the head. It's the old head gasket. To get it off, pretty much just had to take the tank off. These bolts here, hold the tank on. These here. So I popped the seat off, popped the tank off, spark plug cap off, took the hose to the top of the head off, took the top engine mount, took that off, loosened these bolts on both sides, and was able to pull the head off. Before doing that, I drained the antifreeze, that plug right there, and so now I'm going to show you how to resurface the head and put it all back together. First thing you'll want to do is to make sure you take your razor blade and just scrape off any of the old gasket that might still be on the cylinder. And just be careful not to get any old head gasket pieces down in the cylinder, or even down where the coolant lines are, where the coolant flows. So just take your time, be careful, get all the old pieces off. You go around to the other side and you can do the same. Again, making sure you don't get any in the cylinder or down where the coolant goes. You want to do the same thing with the cylinder head. Take your razor blade, run it all the way around this, cleaning off any of the old head gasket that might still be on there. Alright, so now that you have the cylinder scraped clean, the bottom of the head scraped clean, I'm going to use a piece of glass on a 5-gallon pail. I got some 220 grit sandpaper. What you're going to want to do to resurface the head, make sure it's flat, is you're going to want to run it along the sandpaper this direction and the same amount this direction. And basically what you're going to want to do is check to see if there are any spots that aren't worn after you sand it. That means your head's warped. You'll just have to keep sanding it down until it's all cleaned up. Alright, so I repeated it back and forth 3-4 times, swiping 5 times across. You can see here that edge got pretty good, that edge didn't. Again, that edge did, that edge didn't. The head could be a little bit warped, so you just want to keep doing it until all of it looks shiny like that. So I went over it a little bit more. You could see at this point it's almost shiny all the way around. We could go a little bit more to clean some of that up. Probably clean some of that up. But it's coming along. So after sanding on it for a couple minutes, that's the finished product. I'd say it turned out pretty good. And you want to make sure you clean out all your coolant ports. You can see got some debris in there, so we'll clean it all up and begin reassemble. Now we're ready for installation. The clean resurfaced cylinder head, new head gasket, clean cylinder top end. So after that, the next thing we'll want to do is install the head gasket, install the head, then install the nuts and tighten them in a crisscross pattern. 17 to 21 foot-pounds is the spec. So you want to put the head gasket on in similar fashion to how your old one was taken off. It might be warped a little bit, so it might struggle getting this part on, but you wiggle it down all the way, then you put your head on top of that. With the new head gasket on, you want to place the head on top of that. Then you want to finger tighten your head nuts all the way around. Alright, so what you want to do after you have all the nuts finger tight, you want to tighten them in a crisscross pattern in 2 or 3 steps. So if the end spec we're looking for is 21 foot-pounds, I'm going to start going around at 7. I have my torque wrench here set to 7. And go around and tighten all these to 7 in a crisscross pattern. And then after they're all at 7, I'll go and make them 14 and do the same thing. And just keep crisscrossing around the head. Alright, so my first round at 7 foot-pounds is done. Now I'm going to go ahead, go around the same direction, tightening them to 14 foot-pounds. The last setting is 21 foot-pounds. So go ahead and start with this one. We'll go ahead and do the rest. With that done, we can now reinstall this hanger plate. We can put the 10mm bolt back in there. We can tighten these 4 8mm. The specifications on torque for those: the 10mm bolt 27 to 35 foot-pounds, the 4 8mm bolts 17 to 21 foot-pounds. So these 4, tighten them down 21 foot-pounds. On the other side, we can tighten the 10mm bolt. That one goes to 27 to 35 foot-pounds. And you can reinstall your spark plug cap. And your top hose. If your radiator hose is tight, spark plug cap is on, go ahead and reinstall the fuel tank. There's 2 bolts, one on each side, one there, one on the other side. Same back here. Just get those in. With the tank reinstalled, you go ahead and pop the seat on. Fill her up with antifreeze and ready to ride. So after everything's together, you'll want to clean it all up. Any spots that you may have dripped antifreeze, we'll want to clean it all up and run it for a bit and see if your problem goes away and your head doesn't leak.